Hata Yesu alisema endeni kwa hiyo fish mtoe pesa.
What? You are very fatty. Very fatty.
You won't believe what just happened to Pastor Victor Kanyari. Just when everyone thought the 310 scandal was over, it got worse.
Guys, usikirie.
Way worse. And Kenya is asking one explosive question right now. What is really going on inside that church?
Alafu tutaongea zaidi.
Yes.
For now nitakupatia 30,000.
From shocking behavior on the pulpit, to viral moments with controversial figures, to unexpected cash handouts that sparked outrage.
So you were given 30,000 in cash?
Which I regret.
But that is not even the craziest part. A woman linked to a major online scandal, a public 30,000 Kenyan shilling gift that backfired, claims that every move is scripted, calculated, strategic, and now Kenyans are digging deeper than ever before because after the massive 310 expose, the one that broke the internet, the one that had everyone talking, he didn't disappear, he pivoted. From fake miracle allegations to controversial church theatrics to moments on the pulpit that left people stunned, and now critics are asking, is this ministry or is this manipulation? But wait until you hear what happens next. The leaked videos, the online confrontations, the public roasting of meat inside the church, and the viral woman at the center of it all. And the only question nobody can ignore anymore is this a coincidence or is it all part of a bigger script? Stay with me because what we're about to uncover next changes everything.
Don't worry, that's more.
Guys, thank you to your pastor. Unajua what he said here, hata Yesu alisema endeni kwa hiyo fish mtoe pesa.
Before we get into the chaos, let me take you back just for a moment. Pastor Victor Kanyari is not a name that needs introduction in Kenya. He is the man who turned a church into a theater, the man who told desperate Kenyans to send 310 shillings, plant a seed of faith, and watch God perform a miracle. Kenyan's investigative show Jicho Pevu blew the lid off that scheme back in 2014, exposing staged healings, fake testimonies, and painted congregants who pretended to be cured of diseases they never had. The expose shattered his reputation. It humiliated him on national television. It turned him into a punchline. But did it stop him? No. Victor Kanyari did something that no one expected. He leaned into the controversy. He embraced the infamy. He reinvented himself, not as a reformed man of God, but as a content machine, an internet personality wrapped in pastoral robes, feeding off attention the way most pastors feed off tithes. A few months ago, I made a full documentary breaking down the 310 scandal from start to finish. The response was massive, hundreds of thousands of views, thousands of comments, and as I start reading through every single one of those comments, something became crystal clear. Kenyans were not just angry about the oil scandal anymore. They were pointing at something new, something happening right now, something arguably worse, and that is exactly what this video is about. Let us start with the moment that set the internet on fire. Marion Naipei, if you are on Kenyan social media, you already know the name. Marion became a trending topic after explicit private videos of her were leaked and circulated across Telegram groups. The video spread like wildfire. Within days, she was one of the most searched names in the country. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Instead of distancing himself from the controversy, instead of maintaining what you would expect from a man who calls himself a pastor, Victor Kanyari did the exact opposite. He invited Marion Naipei to his church, not quietly, not discreetly. He brought her up to the pulpit, in front of cameras, in front of his entire congregation, and what happened next made jaws drop across the country. Standing beside her, Kanyari began commenting on her physical appearance. He openly remarked on how fatty she was, how he used languages that Kenyans described as utterly sexual.
But you are very fatty. Very fatty.
He complimented her body, he got touchy, he pulled her close, and the cameras kept rolling. Social media erupted. Clips from the service spread across TikTok, Twitter, Facebook and YouTube within hours. The comments were brutal. This is not church, this is a nightclub. Kanyari has lost his mind, and how is this man still calling himself a pastor? But beneath the outrage, there was a deeper question forming in people's mind, a question that will become the central theme of everything we were about to discuss. Was this real, or was every single second of it planned? Hold that thought, because the answer is more disturbing than you think, and I will get to it. But first, there is another incident you need to hear about. Around the same period, another woman appeared in Kanyari's orbit. This was a Kenyan woman who had gone viral for completely different reasons. She was identified as a victim connected to a controversial Russian man, a story that had captured public sympathy and national media outrage. This woman was vulnerable. She was in the public eye for painful reasons, and Victor Kanyari saw an opportunity. He brought her to his church, he gave her a platform, and then, on camera in front of his congregation and his online audience, he handed her 30,000 Kenyan shillings, cash in hand, right there at the pulpit. The moment was recorded and shared everywhere. Some people praised Pastor Kanyari. At least he is helping. At least someone is doing something. But the praise did not last long, because shortly after that public display of generosity, something strange happened. Kanyari appeared to publicly express regret about giving the money. Reports and online clips showed him seemingly walk back his generosity, complaining about the gesture as if the entire thing had been a transaction that did not deliver the return he expected. And just like that, the narrative flipped. Kenyans who had given him the benefit of the doubt were now furious. He only gave her the money for clout. It was a stunt. He wanted the views, and now he is mad it did not go viral enough. The incident alone would be damaging for any public figure. But when you stack it on top of the Marion Naipei situation, on top of the 310 scandal, on top of everything else, a terrifying picture starts to emerge. And trust me, we are nowhere near done, because what I'm about to show you next is the pattern that connects all of it. Now let us talk about something that has been happening inside Kanyari's church for a while now, something that most people overlook because it seems almost comedic. Victor Kanyari, a self-proclaimed man of God, has been openly selling merchandise from his church pulpit, not discreetly, not through a side ministry, directly from the altar during services. We are talking about items being hawked to congregants as if the sanctuary had been converted into an open-air market. Kenyans have shared footage showing scenes that look less like a worship service and more like a roadside stall. But it doesn't stop here. In some of the most bizarre clips to surface, Kanyari's church services have featured roasting meat, and yes, you heard me correctly, meat being roasted and distributed during what is supposed to be a spiritual gathering. Free food, free items, giveaways, all happening from the same platform where a pastor is meant to deliver the word of God. Now, some might argue, was it the harm? He is feeding people, and on the surface, maybe that sounds reasonable, but Kenyans are asking a much sharper question. Is this a church, or is this a content studio? Because when you combine the merchandise sales, the meat roasting, the controversial guests, the sexual language, and the constant stream of viral moments, it stops looking like a ministry. It starts looking like a production, a carefully engineered machine designed to generate attention, clicks, and revenue. And that leads us to the most dangerous accusation of all. Here is where things come together, and here is where it gets genuinely unsettling. Across social media, across comment sections, every viral moment, every outrageous statement, every controversial guest appearance, every online argument, every confrontation, all of it, according to a growing number of Kenyans, is pre-planned, rehearsed, and executed with surgical precision. Think about that for a moment. Victor Kanyari scripts everything. Every few weeks without fail, Kanyari finds himself at the center of a new controversy, a new trending topic, a new viral moment. The timing is never random. It always coincides with a trending figure, a national conversation, or a moment of peak public attention. When Marion Naipei was trending, Kanyari brought her to his church. When the Russian guy victim was in the news, Kanyari gave her the money on camera. And when something controversial is happening, anything in Kenya, you can almost set your watch by it. Kanyari will insert himself into the story. Kanyari regularly gets into public parts on social media, trading insults, firing back at critics, creating confrontations that generate thousands of comments and shares. Every argument drives traffic, every confrontation creates clips, every scandal brings new eyes to his platforms. Kenyans are calling him a master of deceit, a man who learned from the 310 scandal, not a lesson in humility, but a lesson in attention economics. And the most chilling part, it works every single time. We are here right now talking about him, and you are watching this video about him. His name is trending again, his views are climbing again, and his relevance is secured again. The question is no longer whether Kanyari is a real pastor. Kenyans moved past the question years ago. The real question is, how far is Kanyari willing to go, and what happens to the real people, the Marions, the victims, the vulnerable congregants who get used as props in his never-ending performance? The backlash this time feels different. After the 310 scandal, Kanyari was embarrassed, but he recovered. He found a new lane, he rebuilt, but now in 2024 and into 2025 and 2026, the Kenyan internet is a different beast. People are sharper, they are less forgiving, and they are organizing. Comment section on every platform are flooded with demands for accountability. Kenyans are tagging government officials. They are asking why a man who was exposed for fake miracles is still allowed to operate the church. They are questioning the legal framework that allows someone to use a religious platform for what many consider to be exploitation, harassment, and deception. Women's rights advocates have weighed in, condemning the over-sexualized language used towards women in his church. Media commentators have dissected his tactics on live television. Content creators across YouTube and TikTok have dedicated entire series to analyzing his behavior. The sentiment is clear and it is overwhelming. Kenyans are done laughing and they want action. Now step back from Victor Kanyari for a moment and look at what he represents. He is not an anomaly, he is a symptom. Across Kenya, across East Africa, across the continent, there are figures who have discovered that the intersection of religion, controversy, and social media is the most powerful platform on earth. You can say anything, do anything, sell anything, and as long as you wrap it in the language of faith, a significant portion of the population will defend you no matter what. Kanyari's story forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. Why do people keep going in his church? Why do congregants sit in those pews, service after service, watching meat getting roasted on the pulpit and women getting possibly objectified on the altar? The answers are complicated. They involve poverty, desperation, a need for community, a desire for a miracle. In a country where systems have failed ordinary people, Kanyari does not just exploit faith, he exploits the gaps that society has left wide open. And until those gaps are addressed, there will always be another Kanyari, another scheme, and another scandal. So here we are, from the 310 shillings and fake miracles to sexual language on the pulpit, controversial women on the altar, cash giveaways, followed by a public regret, meat roasting during worship, merchandise sales during sermons, and a constant revolving door of engineered controversies. Victor Kanyari's situation has not just gotten worse, it has evolved into something that Kenyans have never seen before, a hybrid of church, content studio, and controversy factory, all operating under the protection of religious freedom. The question I want to leave you with is this: is Kanyari the villain in this story, or is he a mirror reflecting everything that is broken about the systems we have built, the platforms we have created, and the attention we so freely give away? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Tell me, do you think Kanyari is a calculated genius playing the system, or has he simply lost all senses of boundaries? And more importantly, what do you think should be done? If you watched my earlier documentary on the 310 scandal, you already know how deep this rabbit hole goes. If you have not seen it, I will link it right here on the screen. Go watch it. Subscribe if you are new here, because this story is far from over. Kanyari is not slowing down, and neither am I. I will see you again in the next Celebrity Drama Files.